Today I'm going to talk about my recent experience with Singapore Airlines, and this review in particular is my experience from Narita International Airport to Los Angeles International Airport. Last year I also flew with Singapore Airlines, same route from LAX to NRT, which is Narita, and I have that review as well if you want to check that out. The reason why I decided to do another review is because I flew with them again this year and I had a little bit of a different experience, so I kind of wanted to share that experience. When I checked other airlines for premium economy seats, they were pretty expensive, and Singapore Airlines had rates that were way more competitive and more reasonable. So I decided to go with Singapore Airlines again. When you first book your tickets, you will obviously receive an email saying that your flight is booked. And then a couple weeks before your flight, you will be able to select your your on-flight meals. I went online, I was able to pick a variety of options of meals. I did select an item that was from Book the Cook, and it's really easy to select. And if you change your mind, you can always go back in there and change the selection. But once the cutoff time is set, you can't change your mind. Once you get to the airport, check-in is supposed to be a breeze because I believe there's only like 28 seats in premium economy, and so they do have a dedicated check-in counter for premium economy. And the previous times I've flown with Singapore Airlines, going through premium economy was I barely waited like 10 minutes. But this time when I was at Narita International Airport, the wait time was super long and there's only like 2 people in front of me. But I will say it was 2 large families, like a big group of families traveling. And I don't know what it was, but for some reason there was something going on with one of the families, and they were at the counter for over half an hour, which held up the line. And economy was moving, the economy counter line was moving way faster than premium economy. I believe I waited in line for over 45 minutes. It would have been nice if they opened up another counter for premium economy, but that's just the way it goes. When you check in your bags, you do get a priority tag on your suitcases. So that's really nice because what that means is like your bags will come out first on the belt. Once I boarded and got to my seat, there was a nice plush pillow waiting for me, also a nice blanket, really nice noise canceling headphones, and then also plenty of space. Obviously it's not like business class, but it is better than economy class. You both have your own, passengers have their own armrest. I also like the armrest area has a little cup holder area, so you don't have to actually pull out a table to put down a drink. There's a coat hook, there's also a calf rest and a foot rest. Something that's new this time that I didn't have or that I didn't experience on my previous flight was that Singapore Airlines this year started offering free in-flight Wi-Fi. Now you don't get it free for the entire duration of the flight, you only get it for 3 hours, which is a fairly good amount. But you have to be strategic on when you want to use those 3 hours because you can't split it up. Like once you start it, the timer starts and you can't pause it. Basically you just put in your name, I think it's your last name, and then your seat number, and then automatically connects you. And it worked pretty well. Like I was able to text my sister, I was able to check my emails. I didn't really upload anything, so I'm not really sure what the upload speed was, but as far as just doing, just checking emails and texting, it worked great. Typically with other airlines, when I've flown premium economy, there is an amenity kit that is waiting for you at your seat. Singapore Airlines is a little bit different. They are trying to cut waste, so if you want an amenity kit, you have to ask for it. You don't get as many things as other airlines give you, so I did ask for the amenity kit this time, which last time I did not because I didn't realize that they had one and that you had to request it. So this time I did request it, and I was hoping that there would be a pair of slippers, but basically the amenity kit only had 2 items. It was socks, which did have like a non-skid grip thing on the bottom of it, and also lip balm, which lip balm actually is great. But I wish there was like lotion in there too. That's the one thing that I use a lot when I'm on flights because my hands get really dry. Your meals come out first if you book your meal online. So that's kind of one of the perks of like booking your meal online, because your meal comes out first. And I like it when my meal comes out first because one, I don't have to, I hate watching like as you're waiting for your meal to come down. I don't know, I don't like that feeling. I just want the meal to come out. So that's nice that your meal comes out first. And you get to finish your meal first, which means that gives you, you know, time to go to the restroom and stuff, and not at the same time as everyone else. This is kind of the reasons why, one of the reasons why I like to book my meal ahead of time online. Something I experienced this time that I didn't experience last time. When I selected my meal online with Book the Cook, this was my flight to Japan, so it was from Los Angeles to Narita Airport. When the flight attendant came by to confirm my meal, it was different from what I had selected. So when they went to double check on it, they said that the meal that I had selected was not available because there happened to be a food strike at Los Angeles airport. So basically everyone on the flight was getting the same meal. I was fine with that. I was just happy we had a meal. So, but they were really apologetic, and I thought that was going to be the end of it. I mean, I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, okay, well, you know, thanks for letting me know. But later on, one of the flight attendants came by and asked for my email address, and I was like, okay. So I gave my email address, and then they came back later and said, hey, because, you know, we weren't able to give you the meal that you selected online, we're going to give you an in-flight voucher for 75 Singapore dollars, and you can use it you know, on an in-flight purchase, which they had the KrisFlyer catalog. So the flight attendant did say like the voucher would be emailed to me and I can use it on my returning flight. So that's what I did. So on my flight back from Narita Airport to LAX, I looked through the catalog, and I wanted to use it because it was only valid for 1 year, and I didn't know the next time I would be flying with Singapore Airlines, so I might as well just use it. The thing is, like, I couldn't really find anything I wanted in the catalog. So then since I had the free Wi-Fi, I texted my husband and see if he wanted anything, and he wanted some whiskey. I really like flying with Singapore Airlines. The flight attendants are always super helpful. They're always smiling. I never have that feeling like, oh, I don't want to call them because they might give me attitude that I'm asking for this, or like I asked for an extra blanket and the flight attendant was like, oh, I don't know if we have any, but I'll double check. And he double checked for me and he came back with a blanket. He asked for Amenity kit and he came with it right away. They're just like super attentive. Like whenever I push that call button, like he's like, they're like immediately there, which kind of scares me because I'm like used to like flight attendants, or like I'm not used to service that fast. So it kind of reminds me of that butler that was on what's that movie, Mr. Deeds, where he's like very, very sneaky. Like it's like that, like they're just like right there. So I do like that they're super attentive. The only thing that I will say that you should be careful of when you fly with Singapore Airlines, especially on this international flight, is that they're really particular with the weight of your luggage, especially your carry-on luggage. When I fly with other airlines, this usually isn't an issue for me, but Singapore Airlines, they will check the weight of your carry-on luggage, and it has to be within 6-7 kilos. I think it was like 15 pounds, which is not much. And they will check. Actually, when I was sitting at the gate, there was an attendant walking around with a scale, a handheld scale, and like weighing people's carry-on luggage. So don't think you can get away with it. If you get away with it at check-in, they don't check your bag. They will be there at the gate checking. All right, so that's my review of Singapore Airlines, specifically from Narita International Airport to Los Angeles International Airport. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.